Alright, I said I was streaming Trails today, so by God, we're streaming Trails today. I don't care if I'm starting around almost 4 o'clock. I said I was gonna do it, we gonna do it. I stick by my word. We're not holding off anymore. So anyway, what needs to happen today is that I need to get set up, like, properly here. We'll probably start with some, like, initial... Wait, okay, how much money am I going to spend? How much did I already use? Okay, right, we only have 9k Mira left, so we need to... Actually, wait. Okay, so that's the Bracer Guild. Do we have enough to get another set of armor? Okay, oh, I totally forgot. Shop. Totally forgot that I should just sell the things I don't need right now. Really funny how we just have that stuff. Can probably sell the Flamberge. I mean, again, we're probably definitely not going to get Chloe back as a party member for a while, so... Again, this is just a game of equipment, it's fine. I at least know some of how this is supposed to work, so... Bye! We'll have to get one of these for Tio, because, I mean, if it's in the shop, then she's going to be eating the party real soon here. Cool, give me those, because we do, in fact, need that. And we need craft shoes for Estelle. Get the craft cannon. It's for later. Shit. Let's see here. Thick gloves, those are just a raw increase. Work jumpsuit. Thick cloth worksuit that doesn't shrink in the waist. Oh, hey, oh. Not bad, actually. Straight up just accessories instead of armor, I think. No, if it was an accessory, it would say. Okay. Jacket, there we go. There we go, that's basically everybody set up. Okay, cool, that is Josh and Estelle set up, so let's get to the Bracer Guild and get everything else we need going. Hello, we're here at the guild finally. Ooh, this one's fancy. This guild is nice. Eastern woman.
I'm
glad the guild sends word ahead of us so that way we don't have to go through a sod and dance every time. Let me change the chat mode. Hold up, I totally forgot that. Totally forgot to change the chat mode. I'm dumb. I did it dumb. I did it dumb. I forgot to change over the live chat. Anyway. At this point, word's gotten around about us. I'm pretty damn sure. You know, they know who we are at this point. Again, thank you telephones for making this easy. Again, you can see the phone behind the desk. They have this in every branch, you two. Come on. Nice to meet you, Kilika. I like it. Like, I can't tell the details on just the sprite, but her outfit looks really nice. Of course. Tell Joshua sign the assignment change forms. Let's go! Now we need to do side quests. Oh, okay, so not a whole lot of work to do. Nice. I don't expect this chapter to remain chill for long. This is the, hey, we're gonna get some details about this mysterious thing we have, so this is definitely gonna ramp up soon. Better than getting to an area and having things immediately go off the rails, I'd say. So let's just coast by on a little bit. Let's take the chance to take things a little bit easy before they ramp up and everything becomes a problem again. Let's just do that, okay? Okay. Let's take the chance to be a little bit relaxed about our pace.
そうだ、キリカさん。聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
カシウスさんのことね。
No, Estelle. She just understands context.
それもジャンさんからお聞きになったんですか？一通りのことはね。残念だけど、カシウスさんはサイス地方にはいないわね。
Shit.
少なくともここ数ヶ月はこの支部を訪ねてきていない。
Well, there goes our attempt at a lead.
はあ、そっか。
残りは王とか、それとも。
Yeah. Turn down the volume a little bit.
だけど別の問題については手がかりをあげられると思う。
Thank you very much.
これを持っていきなさい。
Pursued attention factory chief.
これって。
中央工房の責任者でドック工房長への紹介状。
Okay.
このサイス地方では市長と同じ立場にいる人ね。
You know what? For a okay, that makes sense. So for a city built basically on being a giant ass factory, it makes sense that the factory head would also be more or less the de facto mayor. Makes sense.
ひょっとして黒いオーグメントの件ですか？
Yeah, we'd kind of need to figure this one out.
市長邸での話を聞く限りかなり謎めいた代物のようね。まずは工房長に会って相談してみるといいでしょう。
Yeah, this will help.
なんかめちゃめちゃ良いわね。キリカさん、超能力者とか？
No, I think she just has a very forward-thinking mind and a skill for planning.
あなたたち遊撃士のサポートが私の仕事だから、届けられた情報を判断してしかるべき用意をしただけよ。
So she's just very good at her job. Respect.
恐れ入りました。
助かります、本当に。気にすることはないわ。何か事件が起こった時に働いて返してもらうから。
We will be on call.
その時は任せて。
早速工房長さんに会いに行ってみようか。
そうしましょう。
There we go. All right. Temp Librarian, Trap Plains Monsters. Okay, so we only have 2 side quests right now. There is definitely going to be okay, at this rate, because these are long-term, meaning we have at least 2 okay, I'm trying to remember how this works. So basically, a long-term quest means you have 2 time for, because time in advancements, how it works is, I caught on to how it works now, so let me just kind of go off for a minute so that I can explain how I caught on to this. Because I finally understand how the whole time system works in this game. So basically, again, keep in mind, I'm used to Cold Steel, where it uses a very structured day system. So I'm used to Cold Steel, where it's very structured, very scheduled, very direct in how it operates. This game is not so much. So like it got explained before, every time you rest to advance the story, time moves forward, right? So whenever it's a long term, the story can move forward 2 times before you miss out on the quest. So a short term means that the next instance of time moving forward, aka when you advance the story, the quest cancels out. You miss a quest and it cancels out on you. But if it's long, you basically have 3 periods of time before the quest cancels. So you have 1, 2 before it goes to short term. Medium is only the 1, 2 canceled. Short means if you don't do it now, by the time you advance time again, you're not finishing the quest will be canceled out. So I do get how this operates now. So we can kind of sit on these ones for a bit because they're not going to go away until we advance the story twice. So maybe after I'm done streaming, depending on how far we've gotten, I'll just take the time and do any side quests that pop up on this list. Speaking of the quests, though, let's see. Yeah, no, we did everything we could in Ruan, aside from, I think a few hidden ones during the school festival. Let's go over to... Okay. So, in Roland, we missed the Lost Kitten quest. We missed 1. In Bose, we missed the Escort request, which is secret. We missed the Bear Claw survey. I completely forgot about that one. And we missed Sullen Rain. So we missed 3 in here. We got every quest in Ruan, sans, again, 3 that are secret to the school festival that I had no idea how to trigger, so not even going to worry about it. Meanwhile, in Zeiss, this is what we have right now. Okay, cool. Let's go deal with this situation with the Ormid, then. Made arrangements in Zeiss to speak with the factory chief.
先ほどティーた
Yeah, we have business here, actually. As it happens.
私たち遊撃士協会のものなんですけど。
こちらの工房長さんに面会をお願いに来ました。
Estelle reached into her pouch, paused for dramatic effect, then flourished the introduction note to meet the factory chief. Joshua looked stoic and tried not to roll his eyes. Estelle, I love you so much. You're so stupid. Oh, she's so dumb, but I love her. Even that woman was like, Okay, cool. I need to, while we're going through some stuff, I'm going to log in on some things. As, the Uma Musume First Annie has begun, so I'm just gonna get the login stuff on that while we're middle of the cutscene. I muted my phone, so there's not gonna be sudden Uma Musume in the mic, I promise. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you much.
よかった。すぐに会ってくれるんだ。
それじゃあ2階に上がろうか。
Let's go. Alright, cool. Okay, cool. First round of login stuff done. There, that's all I needed to do. Just the login for the free shit. Is there anything down here? Hold up. Is there like a chest or anything down here? No? Yes? No? Okay. No, I thought there might be. Okay, no. Okay, just another way through. Okay, so second floor. Not the basement. Oh god, just an entire... Ooh. I do like the factory aesthetic, though. Oh, we can't move the camera here. Mean.
Yeah, 待っていたよ。エステル君とヨシア君だね。
Nice to meet you, sir.
はい。はじめまして、工房長さん。
お忙しいところを失礼します。
いやいや、気にしないでくれたまえ。遊撃士協会には、特にカシウスさんにはお世話になっているからね。
Well, I mean, you don't have to feel like you owe us in particular or anything, but hey, we appreciate the help.
そのお子さんたちとなれば歓迎しないわけにはいかないさ。
Well, thank you for the sentiment.
工房長さんって父さんの知り合いなの？
Estelle, you keep being surprised by this.
知り合いというか、カシウスさんは大の恩人だよ。この中央工房は大陸で最もオーブメント技術が進んでいる場所と言っても過言じゃない。当然その技術をめぐっていろいろとトラブルが絶えなくてね。
Yeah, that would happen.
どうしても対応に困った時はロレント支部に連絡して彼に来ていただいていたんだ。
Roland is closer when you think about it.
そうだったんだ。
通りでいつも出張が多かったわけだね。
That it does.
その恩人のお子さんたちがわざわざ訪ねてきてくれたんだ。喜んで相談に乗らせてもらうよ。
ありがとう。
Yeah, we're kind of looking into some stuff, you see?
少し話は長くなりますが。
Joshua and Estelle explained to Murdoch about the events surrounding the mysterious black orbment.
なるほど。そのオーブメントを拝見しても構わないかね。
Of course.
もちろんよ。
Estelle produced the black orbment and handed it to the factory chief.
確かに得体の知れない代物だ。
I mean, if it wasn't made in the factory, that much we can already assume at base.
明らかに最近作られたものだが、どこにもキャリバーが刻まれていない。
キャリバー？
New terms! Yeah, we get to learn more world building!
オーブメントのフレームに刻まれている形式番号ですか？
Okay, it's an ID number. Okay, it's basically like an ID number, like a serial code. It's a serial number, like what you put on any kind of phone device or anything that needs to have some kind of production number on it. Like, yeah, it's a production number, basically. So, like, in this case, it's like the ID on your phone, or to use the most approximate thing I can, a gun serial code. You know, a gun serial numbers that help identify when it was sold, where it was sold to, who bought it, yada yada, stuff like that.
オーブメントにはほぼ例外なく。
Yes.
どこで作られたのか。
Yes, I imagine the caliber then.
が刻まれている。
Yeah, so it's literally an identification. And so it's literally an identification number.
これはリベールだけでなく他の大陸諸国でも事情は同じでね、50年前にオーブメントが発明された時からの伝統なのだよ。
へえ、そうだったんだ。
It sounds like under combat ornament and eyeballed it suspiciously.
本当だ。確かに番号が刻まれてるわ。
はあ、今まで気づかなかったのかい？
I mean, hey, she didn't bother to check. How can you blame her?
うっさいわね。でもキャリバーがないのってそんなに不自然なことなんだ。
動力技術者にとってナンバリングをすることは常識とも言えることだからね。試作品だとしてもそれは同じ。
Oh.
となると何か後ろぐらい目的で作られた可能性が高いかもしれない。
So an ornament without a serial number that can cancel out orbital energy reactions too. Yeah, that's wait a minute. I'm thinking about stuff that I know from Cold Steel. No, but the workshops operate in Erebonia, but they do yeah, but they operate out they don't just I mean they operate in Erebonia, but they also sell stuff to other nations like Jaeger cores and shit like that. So but maybe this wasn't a workshop tool. This might have been something else. I mean, it could also be Ouroboros. No, yeah, no, because the workshops are under Ouroboros anyway. See, this is me using, like, I barely know. Oh, God, my brain's like, okay, wait, I'm trying to figure out what this could be. I know the game is going to explain it, but I'm like, what is its source and what do I know from the game that I played that's later in the series that might clue me in? I don't know. I'm taking educated guesses here. Anyway.
後ろぐらい目的。
Yeah, definitely a weapon
は
first.
っきりとしたことは内部を調べないとわからないな。
Aquarius Cup. I don't even know if I'm going to participate in that. Anyway. Is that a sprint? Is that a medium distance or something? Because if it is, I have it. You know what? I'll focus on fucking Umumusuma shit later.
どうしたんですか？
参ったな。調整用の蓋が見当たらない。
Oh! So there's no way to open it and see inside.
よく見たら継ぎ目もないし、どうやって組み立てたんだろう。
Huh. So it okay. So okay, so I do know the okay, so basically a maintenance cover would be like your battery cover on your phone, right? Just to kind of demonstrate on the phone, right? Obviously. So if we take it this way then, the maintenance cover would effect be like your shell, like the shell on your phone. Now, this might sound funny to the certain particular younger audience who might happen to upon this stream and hear me yap, but phones used to have an easier time taking off the cover. Now, obviously, like, I just pulled out my phone to kind of demonstrate. You can't see it, obviously, live to VTuber. But, basically, to think about it, if you check your own phone, you can see that there is a seam in the case, right? Like, between where the screen goes and then the back of it, there is a seam in the case, and this is meant so that way it's easier for, say, when it's in a repair shop or something, to pop the back of the case off, so that way they can get to the internals to then work on anything internal, because that is important for maintenance. You need to be able to get inside the device to perform maintenance on it. Now, I assume then ornaments would function the same way. They would have the seam meant to give access to either both a maintenance cover or the general internals for the sake of maintenance. So if this thing doesn't have an internal seam, that means it was produced with the intention of never being able to open it up for whatever reason. And because you can't open it up, you can't get to see the internals then. But that would also mean that this thing isn't meant to have maintenance done on it for some reason, which is a very odd way to make a device. So whoever made it with the full intention of not only not needing to repair it, but they had the means to make something that can be sealed up to begin with. So that is unusual.
このままだと中を調べるのすら難しい。
There we go, yapping when the character literally points out part of it like 2 seconds later again.
へえ、そんな。あ、だったら外側のフレームを切断すればいいんじゃない？
Not a good idea unless you want to render it inoperable.
まあ確かにそうするのが手っ取り早いかもしれないが、でもカシウスさん宛てに届いたものを
Yeah, let's not take the
引けるな。
let's not take the route where you crack this thing open like an egg. That just sounds like a bad idea.
そっか。
例の博士にだったら任せられると思うんだけど。
あ、同封されていたメモの
Yeah, hey, maybe this guy can tell us a little bit about that. Maybe he has an idea of who the hell this Professor R is.
確かにその博士だったら任せちゃってもいいかもね。実はそのオーブメントと一緒にこんなメモが入ってたんだけど。
R 博士に調査を依頼。
その R 博士という方に心当たりはありませんか？
心当たりがあるも何も。頭文字が R でカシウスさんの知り合いと言ったらラッセル博士に間違いないだろう。
Russell. Wait a minute, Tita's last name is Russell. Again, this is me slightly being spoiled because I read ahead a bit in Cold Steel and shit. So, this is obviously a thing that is meant to be a surprise in this game. I spoiled myself on a surprise. So, I know from Cold Steel 3 that Tita's last name is Russell, and she's an apprentice at the factory. So she and this Professor Russell must be related. Either her dad or her grandpa. One or the other might be one of those two. Maybe another relative. I don't know. Who is Professor Russell? I don't know. I just know that Tita has the same last name.
やっぱりそうですか。
So,
ラッセ
let's see.
ル博士？
Also, Joshua, how did you know? Why do you know things? Why does he constantly just know things? Joshua, why do you just know shit?
っていうか、ヨシアの知り合いなの？
Thank you, Estelle.
いや、面識はないけどね。オーブメント技術をリベールにもたらした人物として有名なんだ。
Oh, so he's famous.
おお、よく知っているね。
Okay. Okay, yeah, no, wait. Estelle, actually, you probably should have paid attention to the books more then. This is on me. This is on both of us. We need to go to the general store and get the next copy of Liberal News. Fuck, we'll do that after.
という人だが。
That is a very unfortunate name to be having as an American. Like, as someone in America, Epstein. I know they say Epstein. They emphasize the Stein. Thank God they don't say Epstein. They say Epstein. But we're not addressing the jokes, okay? We're not going to address it. That is not what we do on this channel. We don't address it. We just move on. It is a fictional world. It is all coincidence. It is not on purpose.
ラッセル博士は
We're just going to make sure to say Epstein, and if they say Epstein in the English dub, I'm killing someone. In Minecraft.
40年前、彼が持ち帰ったオーブメント技術のおかげで、リベールは技術先進国となった。いわばリベールにおける動力革命の父と言えるだろう。
Somebody else kicked off the entire thing by spreading the technology around. Makes sense.
そんなすごい人がいるんだ。父さんってば。 つくづく意外な人脈を持ってるわね。
Yeah, everything we learn about Cassius paints him as a lot more famous and well connected than we thought. He's not just some back in the country woods dad, is he? He's way. But let's see. He's ex-army. We know from context from Cold Steel he's the Divine Blade, so he's a student of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade School. Though he doesn't seem to have a particular title. He's just the Divine Blade, or And then he's got tons of connections across the world overall. This dude is like just the guy, I guess.
しかし、そのオーブメントを博士に任せるのは少し心配だな。
Why's that?
どんなことになってしまうやら。
I mean, we kind of just gotta do what we can.
なんというか、良くも悪くも天才肌の人でね。
Oh, so he's a weirdo.
一度研究心に火がつくと、いろいろなことを起こしてくれるんだ。
So he's just a fucking weirdo.
そうだ。初めて動力飛行船を開発した時も。
How bad was it? How bad was it?
なんか遠い目してる。
So something tells me that whenever this Russell guy goes off on an idea, he's just completely insane.
いろいろとあったみたいだね。
Just replying to a message.
これは失礼。まあ確かに博士ならそのオーブメントの正体を
Let's just leave it to the eccentric madman genius and figure it out from there.
紹介するから相談してみるといい。
ありがとう、工房長さん。
どちらに行けば博士にお会いできますか？
そうだな。
You know what? I don't even think it's gonna be a spoiler of the fact that Tita is related to him, huh? We're gonna figure this out in like 5 minutes. I'm gonna have egg on my face. Okay.
ああ、ちょうどよかった。 実は君のことを探していてね。
Yeah.
すまないが、こちらに来てもらえないかな。
Oh, just gonna bring him right to us. Okay, then.
待っているよ。
That saves us the trouble of looking around a giant-ass factory for one guy.
ひょっとしてそのラッセル博士を呼んだの？
いやいや、とんでもない。実はラッセル博士は町に個人工房を持っていてね。
Ew.
最新式の設備が揃っているから、普段はそちらで研究をしてるんだ。
Okay.
さすが天才博士って感じ。
Way more useful to just have a thing he can go to himself.
それじゃあ今呼んだのは？
Tita.
そのラッセル博士の。
What did I say? What did I say? Not even a spoiler, just they were gonna review it in like 2 minutes. Alright, I was right.
その子に君たちのことを案内してもらう。
It's Tita. It's Tita. Okay, never mind.
失礼します。
Okay, so it's not even a spoiler. They just tell you in like 2 minutes after. Okay, never mind. It's not even a spoiler that she's a Russell. Okay, then, never mind.
君は
あれれ、エステルさん、ヨシュアさん。
Hi, Tita.
なんだなんだ。ひょっとして顔見知りかね。
Yeah, she's the one who showed us the way in.
知り合ったばかりだけどね。
それじゃあ彼女が博士のお孫さんなんですね。
Okay, so yeah, no, egg on my face. It's not even a spoiler.
その通りだ。ティータ君、こちらのエステレ君たちが博士に相談があるそうなんだ。家まで案内してもらえるかね。
おじいちゃんに。はい、わかりました。
よろしく頼む。
She's a responsible kid.
そうそう。何か分かったら私にも教えてくれると嬉しいな。
Will do.
実写の端くれとして非常に興味をそそられるからね。
Will do.
わかったわ。
それでは失礼します。
Alright, will do.
いや
Let's
ー、
go.
タちゃんが来るとは思わなかったわ。しかも有名な博士のお孫さんだったなんてね。
通りでオーブメントの扱いにも慣れているわけだ。
そんなことないですよ。
Accept the praise, small child.
おじいちゃんはともかく、私はただの見習いですから。あ、そういえば、おじいちゃんに相談って遊撃士のお仕事と関係が？
Yeah, we needed to analyze a thing we have.
ま、半々ってところかな。これがまた複雑怪奇な事情でね。
Yeah.
詳しい話はおじいさんに会った時にさせてもらうよ。
It'll make more sense and save us having to explain this like 3 fucking times.
はい、私の家は町の南西の方にあるんです。
And let's go there.
エスカレーターを降りてまっすぐ歩けば南口があって、そこで西に曲がれば到着です。わかったわ。それじゃあ早速行きましょう。
Alright. We can explore the factory later. Okay, actually, okay. So advice that I saw with Tita is the best thing to do with Tita is set her up to basically be... Alright, I didn't have the money to get her thing anyway. Basically, what I saw with Tita is the best thing you can do with her is set her up to be a debuffer. Basically, put like a different debuff quartz in each line, and then her attacks let her apply stuff. Basically, she's not good for DPS, but her attacks do let her be a pretty decent debuff causer. So, for example, if we put, say, Petrify in here, we can do that, because she has... oh, yeah, she has 3 lines. So we make this something like... okay, well, we can't put Poison and Petrify in there. Range? Arts effect range. What is the one that ups those things, though? Poison, whatever. Okay. We'll just have to upgrade the lines as we go in a bit. Need to make sure we upgrade her Orbment too while we're on the way there. Do we have the... do we have... I'm gonna need to grind. Like, I'm just gonna need to go grind Sepith for a little bit. Like, soon as I'm done with this, we're done today. I legit am not going to actually stall on that. It's gonna be like, yeah, no, let's just fucking... where is the equipment shop again? No, that's the armory. What am I doing? That's the bar. That's the guild. Oh no, it's because the workshop is in the factory. I am a dumb. I forgot. Modify exchange slots. So and Joshua's slots are full. Tita. We have 2. Okay, we have these 2 to unlock. Okay, so yeah, okay, we can almost get this one. Oh, okay, so her slots are restricted to space quartz. Okay, we know her restrictions now. Yeah, God, we need to grind up. He cut 2. Oh, God. Yeah, okay, we made the cast 2. I'm trying to figure out what some of these things are. Feel confuse. Attack 2, 1, mind. HP, poison, mute, defense. Oh god, I want to make the HP 3s. I want to make these because obviously more HP is always good. But like, oh god, it's 800 water sepith per. What the fuck? I'm gonna need to look up some good sepith grinding, or just, you know what, I won't say what my idea was, but we'll figure it out later. Anyway. Okay, so. Okay, I know where we need to go. It's literally just here in this corner. Yep, right here. Russell Home and Factory. Very nice house, Tito. Nice.
いいお家じゃない。
ラッセル博士はどこにいらっしゃるのかな。
おじいちゃんなら工房の方にいると思います。
Right over there.
の扉の向こう側です。それじゃあ早速挨拶させてもらいますか。
Alright, let's see what he's up to. Woo! Dope. Oh, this. Oh, yeah, no, that's just dope. Having a big ass orbital workshop in the. Ooh. That's just dope. Hell yeah. Kind of messy, though. There's parts on the floor. I want to clean those up. There's the old man doing work. Why does he have the Heihachi hair? I mean, I guess it's supposed to be more like Einstein hair, but it looks like Heihachi's hairstyle from Tekken. Oh, he's in. Oh, man is in work mode. Oh. Yeah, someone's in work mode.
はじめまして。私、遊撃士協会のエステル・ブライトって言います。
Estelle, I think he's a bit too locked in right now.
実は博士に相談したいことが。
Estelle, I think he's locked in.
あり？
できた。ついに完成したぞ。
I love me an eccentric professor who's too locked in to notice people half the time.
さすがわし、すごいぞわし。こいつは早速テストせねばなるまいて。
おお。
You didn't even know. God damn, bro. Didn't even notice.
なんなのよ。
Pretty spry for an old dude.
ごめんなさい、エステルさん。おじいちゃん、発明に夢中になると周りが目に入らなくなって。
Yeah, I was right. So he's a weirdo.
数日前から作っていた装置がようやく完成したみたいなんです。
We can forgive it. We can forgive it.
さすが天才って感じだね。
Oh yeah.
そういう問題じゃないと思うんですけど。面目ないです。
It's okay, Tita. It's not your fault. Alright. So what you working on there, Professor?
あのね、このお姉ちゃんたちが相談したいことがあって。
What is this device?
おお、ティータ、いいところに戻ってきたな。
I think he's too focused on the job, Tita.
今からテストをするからデータ収集を手伝ってくれ。
Professor.
でもね。
今度の発明は生体感知器を無効にするオーブメントじゃ。
A stealth function device?
特殊な
Hold on.
電力場を発生してスキャンをごまかすわけじゃな。本当も本当。賭けになしの新発明。
So it's a jammer then? It's a sensor jammer? I mean, that seems like it.
いいから起動テストの手伝いをせえ。
Tita, get it out of the work trance. We got stuff to do. We can't be here for hours. Professor Russell and Cheetah begin working with some complex looking equipment. Hey, both of y'all. Yo, I know you're like locked in and doing your thing, but hello? Alright, fine. Eh?
僕のことですか？
他に誰がおる？
Uh-oh.
2階の本棚から動力場における赤力値というノートを持ってくるんじゃ。ほれほれ、とっとと急がんか。
はい。
Joshua caught up with the flow immediately.
ほれ、そこの触覚みたいな紙下の。
They're twin tails, not antenna.
触覚?
Okay, well, she does have the Nehoge, so you know what? No, he's not right, actually. She does have the antenna.
ですって？
ボケーとしとらんで、コーヒーでも入れてこんか。
なんで私が？
ちなみにわしはブラックじゃ。
He's not even listening!
誰の？
He's not even listening!
聞いてないし。
No, he's just in work mode.
もう分かったわよ。
Screw it, we're just gonna have to do errands while we let them do their thing, and then we can talk about it later, I guess.
バッチリ。おじいちゃん、こっちの設定は終わったよ。
This is our life now. Okay, this is our life.
さすが早いな。
あれ？そういえば、エステルさんたちは？
誰じゃそれ？そういえば見覚えのない若い。
Yeah, you were so caught up in work mode, you didn't even notice what you were doing.
はて、マードックのやつがよこした新人かの。
I mean, not exactly.
おじいちゃん。
And so Estelle and Joshua inadvertently wound up as assistants in the experiment. After many small but relatively harmless explosions and some singeing of the eyebrows, the day gave way to evening. Well, they tried.
すまんすまん。
Let's see here. Oh, it's Mile. Okay.
すっかりお前さんたち。
I just checked the thing to this way. Oh, it's Miles. Okay, I have horses for that. Anyway.
いつものノリでこき使ってしまったんじゃ。
Really now?
たく、笑い事じゃないわよ。
Yeah, it's not that funny.
なくて散々手伝いをさせてさ。
貴重な経験をさせてもらったと思えばいいじゃない。
Just chill, Estelle. It's fine.
新型オーブメントの起動実験なんてめったにあるもんじゃないんだし。
That is true. That is fair. It is a valuable experience. Rare chance.
はあ、お前さんなかなか分かっておるようじゃの。
And he is.
どうじゃ、遊撃士なんぞやめて動力学者への道を進んでみんか。
I'd say we're pretty okay as we are.
もうおじいちゃんたら。ごめんなさい、エステルさん、ヨシュアさん。なんだか私も実験に夢中になっちゃって。
Ah, you're good.
ティータちゃんは謝る必要はないんだからね。はあ、動力革命の父とか。
We don't blame you. We blame the old man.
すごい人かと思ったけど。
Mm-hmm.
ここまでお調子者のじいさんとは思わなかったわ。
Oh, come on. Don't hate a man for being a little bit ADHD.
そう褒めるでない。しかしまさかカシウスの子供たちが訪ねてくるとはの。
Again, why does everyone know our dad?
わしの方もびっくりじゃよ。
あ、やっぱり博士って父さんの知り合いだったんだ。
うん、結構前からのな。あやつが軍にいた頃からじゃから20年以上の付き合いになるか。
That is a long time, man. Okay. There's a friendly event shop at least. I'm taking a second. We're doing some funny things. Okay, anyway. It's coin exchange. Yeah, always gotta remember to get those when I can. Oh, okay. Those, we're just, I'm just doing some funny things. Don't mind me. I'm just being funky. We will get back to this. I'm just, why am I like this? God, I'm never running out of these, am I? Okay. There. Okay. I need to quit messing around in the fucking gacha game. Ah!
私もカシウスさんと会ったことがありますよ。
Well, again, why doesn't everyone know our dad?
おひげの立派なおじさんですよね。
I would say it's a nice mustache.
というか、うさんくさいというか。
And so you lie, your dad's mustache is epic.
でも、そういうことなら、あれを預けても良さそうね。
そうだね。問題ないと思うよ。
I mean, it's fair enough, you know.
なんじゃ、なんかあるのか？
Well, you know how it is.
そういえばお前さんたち、わしに相談があるそうじゃな。
Well, we have this orbit. You say, I wish I could set the story to auto. I'm burning tickets while this goes. I'm just having to remember to press the button every now and again. Yeah, we were kind of following the trail of some things.
黒いオーブメント。
Yeah, we're not sure what it is.
これは興味深いの。
Yeah, that's not surprising. Hey, Haru.
キャリバーがないのもそうだが、継ぎ目の類が見当たる。
Yeah, that's what the factory chief said.
しかもこのフレームは。
Word, he pushed the blade's edge against the outer shell. They were
何してんの？
cutting it open. What else?
主合金製のカッター。
Oh, trying to see if he can't force it open then.
やはりか。ほれ、見てみるがいい。
Okay. Estelle, Joshua, and Teet appeared intently at the black ornament.
あれ、傷一つついてない。
Oh, it didn't even. Oh. So whatever that thing's made out of, it's actually like super fucking tough.
どうやらこのフレームはわしが知っているどんな金属よりも硬い素材でできているようじゃ。切断して中を調べるのはかなり難しいかもしれんな。
Yeah.
そんなにとんでもない代物なんだ。
That's
切断
wild.
するのが難しいとなると困ったことになりましたね。
まあ、フレームの切断は時間をかければできるじゃろう。しかし、その前に測定装置にかけてみるべきかもしれんな。
Oh yeah, we might be able to get an idea of its internals that way.
測定装置？さっきの実験でも使ったあの大きな装置のことですよ。
Oh, so I can probably look at the internals of an orbit then. Okay, so it's probably a way to get a good look at the internals.
動力波の動きをリアルタイムに測定するための装置なんです。よくわかんないけど、その装置を使うとどうなるわけ？
I mean, sounds workable.
簡単に言うと、このオーブメントがどんな働きをするのかがわかるんじゃ。もっとも動力波の動きだけではあくまで推定の範囲内にとどまるがな。
At the least we can get if we can at least get a look at the internal structure, that's fine and dandy.
重要な手がかりは得られる可能性が高そうですね。
As long as you start to understand the process, that'll work out more than anything else. We can really ask for, you know?
早速。
でもおじいちゃん、そろそろご飯の時間だよ。
It's already evening. It's dinner time.
エステルさんたちもよかったら食べてってください。
Thank you.
あんまり自信はないですけど。
I mean, should be fine. You know.
よかったら僕たちも手伝うよ。
はい。
よし、それじゃあこうしよう。食事の支度が済むまで、わしの方はちょっとだけ。
Do what you will.
私だって見たいんだもん。抜け駆けはなしなんだから。
Fair enough. Fair enough.
ケチ。
なんていうか、この二人。
I don't know. I don't know. Just leave him be, Estelle. Just let him do their thing.
血は争えないってやつだね。
He gets the eccentricities from Grandpappy. Well, okay then. Alright, now let's see what we got here.
腹も膨れたことじゃし、早速始めるとしようかの。それではエステル、例のオーブメントを台の上へ。
Alright. This is definitely going to be mostly of a story episode, I feel.
ご苦労。
Alright.
そちらの用意はどうじゃ？
Alright, let's see.
だよ。
よろしい。それでは黒の動力機の動力波測定実験を開始する。
Let's go.
黒のオーブメント？
なんかまんまなネーミングね。
Estelle, no, that is not a good name.
ベストじゃ。
I agree.
とりあえず名前がないのは不便じゃからの。
Got a point there.
ドキドキ。ああ、この子はこの子ですっごいやる気満々だし。
She's so ready to press the button. She's like, Grandpa, let me press the button.
よし、それでは始めるぞ。
Let's go.
装置の起動を頼む。
Let's hope this doesn't blow it up.
15% に固定。各種測定器のスタンバイ開始。
了解。
Here we go.
各種測定器。
さて、ここからが本番じゃ。入出力が見当たらない以上、中の結晶回路に動力波をぶつけて反応を探るしかないわけじゃが、そこでこの測定装置の進化が発揮されるというわけじゃ。
ノリノリね。
ポチッとな。
I love the sound. God, why is it every time I hear that from the button sound? Pochito na. Press the button.
へえ、いかにもそれっぽい光ね。
Alrighty.
なるほど。ああやって結晶回路に負荷をかけるのか。
よしよし。
So it used the energy to scan it by putting strain on the crystal circuit to then give you an idea of the internal structure.
データや、測定器の反応はどうじゃ？
なんだか変かも。タコメーターの針がブルブル震えちゃって。
Uh-oh.
ぐるぐる回り始めたよ。
Oh, that's not good.
なんじゃと？
Uh-oh. Oh shit! The same thing that happened back. Oh shit, the same thing!
なんじゃこれは。
Canceled out the orbital reaction.
あの時の黒い光。
なんじゃと？
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Oh. We just shut off the city. Oh fuck, you gotta turn the thing off, man! Oh shit! It canceled out every orbital reaction within the rate. Oh shit, we amplified it. Oh no, did we amplify it? Oh shit.
おじいちゃん、これ以上はダメだよ。測定装置を止めなくちゃ。
止めてくれるな。あと少しで何かがつかめそう。
Dude, the thing shut off the city!
ちょっと街中の照明が消えてるわよ。
なんと、仕方ない。これにて実験終了じゃ。
Yeah, no, shut it off! Like, literally. Yeah, no, shut it off! Like, oh no, okay. Ooh. Ooh, that was close. Okay.
ケーキの方はダメじゃ。何も記録しておらん。
Okay, so whatever this thing is, we now at least solidly know that when it interacts with orbital energy reactions of some kind, its response is to cancel them out. But so back in Ruan, because it was only a small amount then, it must have only affected things that were within a smaller radius. But because we just blasted it with an absolute shitload of orbital energy to get ratings on it, that must have also simultaneously amplified its effect radius. Oh fuck. Whoever made this made it to shut down orbital reactions in large areas. Because if it affected Zeiss... Oh shit. This is a weapon meant to counter orbital reactions by shutting them all off. It's a goddamn EMP device. That's what this is. It's a fucking EMP. Oh, shit. Okay, so we've just been carrying a fucking EMP device in our back pocket for like the last 3 months in-game. Okay, then. That hits a lot more question. This had to have been Ouroboros, then. Right? The only people who could have made that stuff would be like Ouroboros and shit. All these people with connections to them, the workshop, Ouroboros, those are the only 2 groups that come to mind. Yeah, that's fun to know. We've just had that in our back pocket for like 3 months now. Okay. Cool. Shit. Moving on. So basically, within a certain small area around the orbit, stuff still functions, but then once you get out around it, it cancels out reactions. So the holder would be safe, but anyone outside of their area, oh shit. And if you put that thing on a big enough amplifier, because if this scanner was enough to hit a city, a big enough amplifier could hit an entire country. Like, if someone got a hold of this and they were able to put it on a device with enough power, they'd use it to hit an entire country, just shut down everything. Like, that's why I said it's an EMP. Try and imagine like an EMP. Like, oh shit. Oh, the implications are insane. Oh. Yeah, no, like... So if you had an EMP device like this that could just... Hey, Seabird, you caught me in the middle of absolutely trying to piece together implications. So, as I was saying, if this seems like an EMP device... Oh, shit. Yeah, no, whoever made this absolutely had ideas about what to go with. Oh, fuck. And we've just had that in our back pocket for 3 months. Oh boy! The implications here. The implications of what is going on with this thing are, Yeah, how do we explain this to the entire fucking town that, hey, we were performing an experiment and accidentally EMP'd the fucking city? Yeah, how do we explain that we EMP'd the city on accident? Yeah, no fucking wonder. Like, imagine if New York City got hit by a mass EMP that shut it down for 2 minutes. Ugh. Fucking this is like Industrial Revolution-esque and not modern day. God, that would be worse. That would be so much worse. Oh yeah, totally not a problem to have a giant EMP that you amplify it a little bit and an entire city just shuts down. Like, oh, cool. Nice to know. Hey, Dad, thanks for handing this off to us. That's just been in our back pocket for the past 3 months. Oh, man. Thank you, Professor Russell. Yeah. Imagine if something just canceled out nuclear fission reactions for a solid 3 minutes. I mean, hey, you never know. Professor, I don't think this is something to be excited over. Put the scientist's brain down for 2 minutes. Yeah, Professor, I don't think this is a thing to get excited about. Hey, Mayor. Yep, I'm not surprised he showed up. To be fair, he didn't make this one. This was a test. About that. In fairness, like I said, it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
黒の動力機の仕業じゃ。
それは例の。
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what this was. You know, this time it wasn't his fault.
なるほど。それが原因なら、この異常事態も頷ける。
You know what? He calmed down real fast. That's good.
だからといって、あんたが無関係ということがあるか?
I mean, technically, we were trying to figure out what it did, so it was. I mean, yes, it was technically his fault, but can he be blamed when we didn't know it would do this to this effect anyway? I mean, you know, Estelle and Joshua knows it could cancel out orbital reactions, kind of, more or less. We saw it happen like one time, but, you know, that was in a room. And it wasn't sustained. So yeah, this kind of was our fault. Yeah, we kind of figured out what it does.
バレたか。
なんかやたらと息が合ってるわね。
I feel like they've done this a lot.
いつもこんな感じなんだ。
Probably, Joshua, probably.
恥ずかしながら。
So how do we explain that we were trying to test out the scan, and so the first day in Zeiss kept everyone busy? Due to how late it was, Estelle and Joshua stayed at the lab for the night. Yeah, we're gonna need to find work next. I mean, hey, we made progress on the investigation at least. So that's good. Kind of. Now it's only concerning, though.
いやー、昨日は大変な一日だったわね。
And it was.
この町自体もびっくりしたけど、あんな事件が起こっちゃうなんて。
Well, hey, you never know.
そうだね。それにしても黒のオーブメントか。
Yeah.
想像していた以上に大変な品物だったみたいだね。
うん。実験には失敗しちゃったけど、博士どうするつもりなのかな。おはようございます。
Hello, Tita.
あ、おはよう、ティータちゃん。
おはよう。昨日は大変だったね。
Yeah, now we probably get to go do bracer work.
そうですね。エステルさんたちはよく眠れましたか？
Like rocks.
バッチリよ。そういえば博士はもう起きてるの？あ、おじいちゃん、朝早くに中央工房に行っちゃったんです。
That guy feels like he just has a very consistent internal clock.
絶対に黒の動力機の秘密を突き止めてやるわ。
Oh god, he's gonna try and break it open, isn't he? He's gonna try and break it open like a goddamn oyster.
はあ、あれだけ工房長さんに釘を刺されたのにまだ懲りてなかったんだ。
I bet he's gonna try and crack it open like an oyster to get at the sweet pearls inside. And by pearls, I mean knowledge.
僕たちが持ち込んだ品物を調べてくれるのはありがたいけど、ちょっと申し訳ないな。
気にしないでください。おじいちゃん、自分が調べたくて調べているだけなんですから。
I mean, hey, it helps us, so hey, good power to your grandpa.
そうだ、朝ごはん食べたら私も中央工房に行きますけど、エステルさんたちはどうします？もち、付き合うに決まってるわ。
Not like we have much else to do.
あのオーブメントの正体も知りたいし。
そうだね。何か手伝えるといいんだけど。
Yeah, hopefully.
だったら一緒にお出かけですね。あ、いけない。スープをかけたままだった。
Uh-oh, don't want that to burn.
ご飯できますから、もうちょっと待っててください。
Yeah, let's not reduce the soup to burning charcoal.
いいなあ、あれ。お持ち帰りにできないかしら。
No, Estelle, we cannot take the small child back to roll it with us. I am sorry. We cannot take the child home.
エステル、おじさんっぽいよ。
Oh my god, I understood that line. It's like you sound like an old man. He literally said she was talking like an old man. That's great.
美味しい朝食もごちそうになっちゃったし、中央工房に行くとしますか。
Let's go.
できれば一度ギルドに寄った方がいいかもね。
Yeah, we might need to let them know about that.
のため、昨日の一件について報告した方がいいかもしれない。
Yeah.
それもそっか。ねえティータちゃん、ちょっと寄り道してもいいかな。
The guild would probably like to know about what that orbit did.
もちろんです。
Alright, to the guild. First stop the guild, then the factory. Okay. Okay, so this one hasn't proceeded yet, though we do okay, we do need to go take care of this soon. But this one still has a bit more time to it. All right. Don't do what your dad did, and even then, I'm sure there were some weird circumstances behind Joshua. We still don't have the full story yet, but I'm sure there's an explanation in Sky Second. He is very clearly all business and not a lot of play. I'm glad he keeps the guild informed. Yeah, okay. I should explain the details of the orbital blackout. Yeah, now we heard about it. Yeah, whatever this thing is, it's definitely a future problem. We will keep up the investigation. To the factory! Okay, so, escalators. Okay. Oh, right, I totally forgot to install a new frickin' Orman and Tita's slot after I open it up. What do we have? We have range. I need to figure out which one affects the AoE on attacks. Okay, so there we go on that one. SRS is in the workshop on the 3rd floor. Alright, cool. Floor number 3, let's go. Up. Here we go. 3F. Ooh. How many tools has he gone through already? He's just taking it to a goddamn saw table. Might be an accessory. I didn't see it in the quartz list, so it might be an accessory. Has he just been taking it to saw blades the entire morning? Is that what he's been doing? Oh god, has he already broken like 5? Trying to crack this thing open. What else?
見ての通り工作機械を使って黒の動力機のフレームを切断しようとしているんじゃがこれがなかなかうまくいかなくてな
I just want to imagine there's like a pile of broken saw blades tossed off to the side.
どういうことですか
Just imagine in the corner just a pile of busted saw blades.
百分は一見にしかずじ
Uh
ゃ
oh.
ポチッとな
Uh oh. Uh oh.
何これ工作用の丸ノコです。特殊合金製で大抵のものは切断できちゃう。
And it's gonna break like instantly, isn't it?
これなら
Oh, it's gonna break instantly, isn't it? Oh.
止まっちゃった。
Oh. No, it didn't break it. It just stopped it altogether.
やっぱり
小規模だけど昨日と同じ現象ですね
Huh. It takes a... Okay, so I think I'm right on the money that this scene works in proportion to the energy you put into it, right? So basically, because that's a smaller orbital reaction, it only affects a small scale and just shuts off the individual device. Meanwhile, when it was the wand that the mayor for Ruan had, it affected more or less, I think, the entire room. But then when you hit it with something like that big scanner, the scale expands the entire city. So I think I'm on the money with the theory that it, like, whoever made this thing intended for it to be hit by, like, a massive surge of orbital energy that would just cause, either a city or downright nationwide EMP pulse to go through and just shut down, like, all of the orbital reactions in, like, anywhere they want to go. But the question is, how would they do that, though? Like, that's my running theory, but how would they do that? What would they be able to hit it with that would be big enough to cause a country-wide anti-orbital pulse? Oh god, that's scary to think about anyway. Oh god. Like, that's just scary to think of. On principle alone, that's scary. Ugh.
どうやらこの黒いやつは監視をしようとするオーブメントの機能を停止させてしまうらしい。
So it takes its own orbital energy and inverts it to cancel out, basically. Positive versus negative.
単に照明を消すだけにはとどまらなかったみたいじゃな。
Yeah, definitely wasn't.
そうなんだ。でもおじいちゃん、夕べみたいに周りに広がったりしないの？
うん、いいことに気づいたな。どうやらこの停止現象は周囲で稼働中のオーブメントに連鎖して広がっていくものらしい。
So the bigger the chain, the wider the area of effect.
有効範囲はおよそ5アージュ。
That's pretty...
逆に言ってしまえば範囲内に稼働中のものがなければそれ以上は広がらんというわけじゃ。
Oh, so it... Yeah, okay, so it bounces then. So if something... Okay, so Arg is the in-universe equivalent to meters. So if there's not a device within 5 meters for the signal to bounce from, then it only is within that 5-meter range, and so the effect cancels out pretty quickly. But if there's like a lot of stuff that's within proximity of each other, you just have the effect bouncing around like lightning bouncing from a metal pole to a metal pole. And if it's in a big enough area, then it'll just bounce around to hit everything as the signal just kind of bounces through every orbit within proximity. Yeah, no wonder it hit the entire goddamn city. Zeiss is basically one giant chain of orbits. Yeah, that... Oh. Oh, yeah, no. Oh. So if you're able to put that thing inside something bigger, that's just a giant orbit, then. The amplification theory is still in effect here, then. The amplification theory still works.
なるほど。そんな法則があったんですか。
Yeah, no. Isolated somewhere, yeah. So the amplification theory still is in effect, though. So basically, if you're able to plug it into what is effectively just one giant orbit, that could expand the range out massively then. Because it would just chain around everything in proximity to it to then go wherever the hell you need it to.
じゃがそれが分かったところで肝心要の機械を止められては中を調べることはできん。
Yeah, and if you can't power the saw to actually cut into it, then you're not going to get a lot of progress out of that.
これは困ったことになったの。
So if I had to guess, the thing's shell is probably made of Zemurian ore then, because if they're having this many problems actually cutting into it, like, has to be Zemurian ore then, at the very least, I am assuming, because I do know that Zemurian ore is black in color, and is notoriously difficult to work with. So, that has to be what the shell is made out of, which would make sense.
なんとか人間の力で切断することはできないの？
Probably not.
気合と根性でとかさ。
Probably not, Estelle, unfortunately.
無茶だよエステル。特殊合金製のカッターでも傷つけられなかっただろう。
Yeah, that if the circular saw can't do it, who knows what can.
ああ、そっか。だったら火を使えば？
No, I don't think tossing it into a fire pit would work either.
溶鉱炉に入れて溶かしちゃうとか。
No, I don't think the alloy it's made of would make that easy.
そんなことをしたら中もただじゃ済みませんよ。
Thank you, T. That too. It would just destroy the entire thing. Maybe. Yeah, let's get Cassius in. Maybe he can cut it open with his sword. Maybe he can goddamn 8 leaves 1 blade power scale it. Maybe that's what we need to do. We need to fucking get a divine blade on this shit.
やっぱダメか。
いや、いけるかもしれんぞ。
Huh?
高温で溶かす方法ですか？
Oh, wait, no. Acetylene torch. Get a fucking get a like a steel cutter. Yeah, no, just get a goddamn acetylene torch.
いや、そうではない。要は動力、オーブメント機構で作動。
Yeah, no, just get something that doesn't use ornament power then. Get like a fucking torch then. Get a fucking welding torch and use that to cut it open.
工作機械を動力以外で動くようにしてしまえばいい。
機械を動力以外で動かせるようにする？
Ah, yes, this is one of the weaknesses of script being different is that, moments when there's a simplified line of dialogue and then there's an entirely different line in Japanese. God damn it!
そんな方法があるんですか？
Yeah, it's called an acetylene torch.
内燃機関と言ってな。
Yeah, that was a lot of dialogue for a hmm.
火を燃やしてエネルギーを生成する仕組みがある。アイディア自体は昔からあるが、動力機関よりも効率が悪くてな。
I mean, yeah, but when you need something that just works when you need it to work, a combustion engine does a pretty good fucking job.
ただ 工作機械くらいなら簡単に動かすことができるぞ。
Yeah, no fancy frickin' electricity system to get nuked, you know?
そんなものがあるんだ。
Again, my recommendation is just an acetylene torch, but hey.
なるほど。それで避難ですね。
でもおじいちゃん、
Just good old gas and coal.
内燃機関のユニットなんて私見たことないけど。
Easy, just suck some coal into it and it works.
確か中央工房の
Or just boil water.
はずじゃ。
Mankind's greatest achievement, constantly finding new ways to boil the shit out of water.
おっと、それから燃料を調達する必要があるな。
So yeah, like coal, right? We just need some coal, right? Just coal?
燃料って油のこと？
いや、ガソリンという。
Hey, gas engine mentioned. Let's go, combustion gas engines. Let's do this.
溶剤としても使うから割と備蓄じゃ。
We're making an acetylene torch. Let's go.
なんとかいけそう。
I love this. I love shit like this.
よし、早速工作機械を改造してみるか。
Hey, old man, you have a welding mask, right? You're gonna want one.
私たちも何か手伝えることないかな。ティータちゃんみたいに専門的なことは無理だけど。
Let's go. We're gonna make an acetylene torch to burn it open.
だったらその内燃機関とガソリンを取ってきてくれんか。少々重いが遊撃士の体力ならばなんとか運べるじゃろ。
Oh god, we're gonna have to just lug it up from storage, huh?
オッケー、任せて。
Okay, so basically we're getting a gas generator.
内燃機関とガソリンですね。どこに置いてあるんですか？
Yeah, do you know where they are?
はて。
まさかどこにあるのか忘れてしまったんじゃ。
God damn it, old man.
忘れた。
God damn it.
あっさり言わないでよ。エステルさん、多分演算室だったらどこにあるかわかると思います。
Thank you, Tita.
演算室？5階にある部屋で動力演算機があるんです。中央工房に関する情報が全部記録されているから保管場所もわかると思います。
Always gotta have records going.
すごいな。そんな場所があるんだ。
I mean, in a big factory like this, you do need a records room of some kind because you gotta keep tabs on everything going in and out.
てなわけでよろしく頼むぞ。
まったくもう。まあいいや。とりあえずその演算室ってところに行きますか。
Let's do this. All right, 5th floor. Let's go. Up one more. God, there's so many stairs. How tall is this factory? Oh, right there. 6th floor stall. Damn, this is a big ass factory. Ooh, it's a whole ass goddamn server room.
どうやらここが演算室で間違いなさそうだ。
It's a primitive server room. Let's fucking go.
おや、君たちは見かけない顔だけど演算室に何か用かい？
Yeah.
私はここの技術主任のトランスというものだ。
はじめまして。遊撃士協会の者です。
We're doing some work for Professor Russell. Nice to meet you.
実はラッセル博士の頼みで調べ物に来たんだけど。
ラッセル博士の
Uh-oh.
また面倒事じゃないだろうね。
No, we just need a fuel generator to do an experiment.
またって本当博士信用ないのね。
I feel like this happens a lot.
いや、その
Something tells me he gets in trouble a lot.
天才なのは認めるよ。
I mean, hey, that's good.
この演算機カペルだって博士が開発したものだしね。
Oh.
あの人が絡むといつもトラブルが絶えなくてさ。
He's got a hell of a reputation, doesn't he?
ティータ君は一生懸命で本当にいい子なんだけどね。
気持ちはわかるけどね。でも
He is the hassle.
そんなに手間を取らせないと思うわよ。
中央工房で保管している備品の場所を探したいんです。
あ、そういう話か。
その程度だったらすぐに調べられると思うよ。それじゃあ、せっかくだから検索の仕方を教えておこうか。
Oh, hell yeah. We got a lesson on how an orbital computer works. Fuck yeah.
この装置が動力演算機カペルだ。
Right. Okay, right. Yeah, so... Okay, so there wouldn't be an internet yet. I know that, like, the internet, the Orbital net, let's call it. They start developing it within a few years, like around the time of Cold Steel and the Crossbow games, I do believe. And then it's more or less been perfected by the Calvard saga. So, like, we're literally seeing the beginnings of what will eventually become an internet equivalent, which is very cool.
今では動力演算機は飛行船の航行制御なんかにも使われるようになったけど。
Yeah, I do think that's how it was too. Like, very early rudimentary computers were like initially used in industrial hardware for things like planes or vehicles and stuff like that. Like, very early computers would have been used in, generally speaking, government or manufacturing and military purposes.
このカペルは現時点で世界最高の情報処理速度と
It has a memory speed of 12 megabytes! I had to make the joke. But really, it's so funny. Like, we're so used to commercially available, I should not be laughing so hard at my own stupid joke. Okay, but, like, for real, though, it is very just cool, historically speaking, that, like, in the early days of computation, getting so much as a few megabytes of storage was basically pretty impressive. And nowadays, we just casually have civilian-grade memory modules that can hold up to, like, 4 to 8 terabytes of information. Like, yeah, they're crazy expensive. Like, I think an 8 terabyte hard drive that you put on, like, your desk or some shit goes upwards of, like, $200. So, like, memory can be pretty expensive, and it's only getting more expensive. AI data farms that don't exist yet. Anyway, but yeah, I had to make the joke. Its memory capacity is 12 megabytes. Okay. Very nice.
で、情報検索のやり方だけど、まずこの正面のパネルで情報モードに切り替える。
Okay.
すると動力信号が配線を通って記憶オーブメントにアクセスする。
Nice.
記憶オーブメントには光情報を管理するクオースが大量に仕込まれているからね。
See, I do like the concept of, like, everything is generally... You know, I realized I did something very funny on accident. Like, okay, so, brief aside, I write a novel, right? I haven't written it in, like, a while. I need to get back onto it so I can keep updating it on fucking web novel. But I have a, like, science fantasy novel that I write, where one of the things I did was I based, like, the entire magitech of the setting on, like, things that developed based on, like, crystal technology, right? Okay, no, YouTube's just being weird. Nothing died on the stream. I don't know why. YouTube was just being weird and the stream preview died. We're good. It's fine. Anyway. What I was saying was, it kind of reminds me of a thing that I did with my own ideas, where I basically turned the idea of, like, what if you had magic that developed with things? I'm realizing that I, like, low-key had the same concept of orbital technology, where everything is basically crystal-based. So, like, everything is, like, energy transfer, images, all that stuff gets encoded onto crystals rather than, like, frickin' circuit boards and shit, which is very funny coincidence now that I think about it, though I don't quite use, like, oh, orb, everything is an orb. Everything is an orb. Don't know why I had to say it 3 times anyway. Very fun. No sweat, we got it. Joshua, you better not snark at me.
すごいな、エステル。ここまで最新の技術だと僕にはちょっとわからないよ。
嘘です。ごめんなさい。
God damn it, Estelle.
っていうか、何言ってるのかさっぱり意味不明。
Yeah, my concept wasn't very much like, oh, orb energy, but it is very much like the concept of, like, God, I'm sitting here, I'm realizing I basically came up with the same concept on first principles alone. Make a note, when I came up with the idea for this novel, I had never even played Trails. I had maybe a cursory knowledge of it from occasional, just like, I knew the series existed, but I never looked into it. But I am a big fan of Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy also likes to do the whole magitech based on some kind of crystalline shit. Like, it was mostly based on Final Fantasy XIV, truth be told. But it's really funny that purely from first principles and my knowledge of Final Fantasy, I, like, effectively recreated the concept of the orbital tech shit in this game in my own novel. That's funny. That's actually really funny. Now, granted, characters don't use magic with orbments. That's also where I pulled from, like, D&D and shit, but hey, that's just me yapping. Alright, let's run over it again. Just press a few buttons and hope it doesn't blow up. You'll figure it out. That's how I learned how to play games in Japanese. I don't even read it. I just mess with the controllers and figure it out. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's basically the same premise. Alright. Oh boy. Huh. Oh my god, it even has a copyright on it! It even has a copyright code. CAPL, the Orbital Calculator, CAPL System version 7.0, copyright ZCF F1197 to 1202. I love how it, oh my god, no, no, even the world of Trails isn't free of copyright infringement. Ah! Please input search term. Central Factory, Establishment, Universal Tech. Ooh. Establishment. Okay, this is wartime. S1154, death of Professor C. Epstein in the sovereign state of Le Mans. S1155, Professor A. Russell returns to the Liberal Kingdom. He proposes the spread of orbit technology to a chilly reception. S1157, Professor Russell forms a partnership with the Zeiss Clockmakers Union. Together they establish the Zeiss Engineering Factory, later renamed the Central Factory. S1160, Edgar III, after an inspection of the factory, donates a large amount of money to further its research. Professor Russell becomes the first factory chief. Edgar III dies, and Alicia II assumes the throne. Construction is completed of the Lane Bridge. 1168, the first orbital-powered airship, the Calatrava, is completed. 39 failed test flights before success was achieved. God damn, that's a lot! 39 failed flights, goddamn. S1173, the Zeiss Engineering Factory is renamed Zeiss Central Factory and begins sharing technology with the Verne Company and Greenford Company. Hey, I know the last one. That's in fucking Arabonia. Hey, I've been there. I've been to the Greenford Factory. S1175, the Liberal Orbital Ship Corporation is established in the transit commuter airship. The Lind is... That's an old ship. God damn. Okay, that's an old airliner. That's like one of the first ones put into service then. Damn, that thing has a history. S1177, transit commuter airship the Cecilia is commissioned. Oh yeah, no, this is very Linuxy. This is definitely very Linux. Factory airship the Leibniz is completed. The Zeiss Central Factory is dismantled and reconstructed at its current site. The partially underground factory is in the Chaldia Hills is completed. S1182, we're getting closer to current times. Professor Russell resigns from position as factory chief and is succeeded by Murdoch. 1185, natural science and medical research divisions are founded. S1187, the passenger ship Eterna sinks in Calvert waters. Crown Prince Eudes dies. Oh. Oh no. Oh yeah, no, that is very cool that they actually let you get like a full history on it. S1190, the Orbital Network, a joint venture with the Epstein Foundation, is publicly announced. Hey, that's the internet shit! That's the internet thing I was talking about they started developing. Okay, so they started developing that within... Oh, okay. 1192, outbreak of the 100 Days War. The Central Factory is taken by the Erebonian army. Professor Russell develops patrol airships at Leiston Fortress, which are used to mount a highly effective counteroffensive and soon become central to the Royal Army. We knew that. S1183, Liberal and Erebonia sign a peace accord. Orbment exports to Erebonia Empire resume. Version 1.0, the Capital Orbital Computer is completed in S1197. S1199, development commences on the high-speed cruiser, the Arsail. S1202, the Arsail is completed and flight tests commence. Hey, we've seen that ship. Ooh. Alright, nice. Universal Tech, Orbments. Ooh, wow, there is so much to read through here. Entry, Orbment. General term for devices that draw orbital energy from septium, invented 50 years ago by Professor C. Epstein. The clockwork mechanism inside causes a reaction between quartz, which in turn produces a variety of different phenomena. The greatest advantages over combustion engines is that the orbital energy within them is gradually restored over time, and a variety of different phenomena they can produce, which are also more economically efficient. Yeah, a self-sufficient energy source is always going to be more efficient than something that needs external reinvigoration like a combustion engine. Crystal circuits. An electrical circuit with a crystalline structure made from processed septium fragments. They serve as an energy source, but also cause varied phenomena, which are only seen when they are placed inside an orbit. Septium, a grouping of 7 gemstones found throughout the continent, prized as jewels for eons. It was also regarded as a symbol of mystery. The invention of technology to refine and process septium fragments too small to use as jewels, called sepith, and make them into quartz, resulted in a massive increase in the importance of septium as a resource across the continent. Oh, okay. So basically, sepith are smaller fragments of septium that, because they're too small to be used to make anything like jewels, can then be processed to make quartz and other things to give them use anyway, outside of like bigger uses that a giant-ass jewel would have in that case. Okay, that makes sense. Airships. Orbital airships, or just orbital ships. I'm just gonna call them airships. I'm just gonna keep calling them airships. Commonly regarded as the crowning achievement of orbit technology, enables the power of flight by combining a flight engine to control gravity and an orbital engine to provide... it's just straight up a gravity engine! Okay, then. Well, no wonder the ships don't need to be aerodynamic like our stuff in real life. It's just a gravity engine. Yeah, who needs aerodynamics when you have an engine that just alters the gravity of the thing you're trying to fly to begin with? Yeah, okay, you wouldn't need to worry about aerodynamics because fuck gravity! Because of the need for high-efficiency orbital energy transfer and the complexity of controlling the airship, many modern orbital airships are equipped with highly capable orbital arithmetic logic units. Airships less than 20 arc in length are simply called airships. Oh, okay, so it's classifications. So it's an airship if it's less than 20 meters long from stern to bow, but if it's an orbital ship, if it's 20 meters or bigger. Okay, that makes sense. We do need classifications. Classifications are important in this regard. Okay, got it. I'll keep that in mind moving forward. If it's less than 20, airship, over 20, orbital ship. Got it. Understood. Yeah, no, exactly. Like if you're, you would only need the propulsion then to control your forward or backward momentum then, because if it's just a gravity engine, that means that you use that to alter the weight of the thing to then make it lift off or lower then. Yeah, no, at that point, propulsion is only a method of moving forward and backward. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Orbital weaponry. Any firearm or cannon powered with orbit technology, currently the most common form of military weaponry among many nations. With orbital firearms, energy is focused into a helical path along the barrel down to a tiny point, which then forces a large metal projectile outward at high velocity. Okay, so they do use bullets, but they're not combustion-based. Unlike our firearms, these aren't combustion-based. These guns can fire more rounds than... Okay, so they're a succession to gunpowder-based combustion firearms. Okay, cool. These guns can fire more rounds than traditional gunpowder arms and add an adjustable level of force. At some point, there's even an ornament that creates an atmosphere around the ship so passengers... Yeah, I think they bring that up in Cold Steel. I think that either that comes up in another game in Sky, or that comes up around Crossbow or Cold Steel, where they bring up that, like, they've developed it enough to where the ship has, like, its own atmospheric field, so there's no wind pressure, so people can be, like, out on the deck and not get fucking blown off by the high-speed winds while they're traveling at, like, cruise altitude and shit. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay. So, interesting thing I always find is when you talk about, like, firearms in fantasy, is if you have a firearm that works off of basically Magitech, that would effectively mean you don't need combustion ammo, so you don't need, like, a full bullet casing, right? You would only need whatever their projectile size is. Which theoretically means that you would actually have a pretty large magazine capacity for an orbital firearm compared to a combustion one. Because that would then mean you don't really need to stack the rounds into the magazine like you do with a traditional clip or magazine that would go in a gunpowder-based rifle. So because if it's just the bullet, because it gets basically railgunned out of the goddamn thing through a helical pattern, and yeah. Similar to orbital guns, these have less recoil than gunpowder using cannons, and their power can be similarly adjusted. Yeah, orbital cannons, meanwhile, fire shells containing energy, which... Okay, yeah. Yeah, so if it's basically... So orbital guns in that case are basically like small rail cannons in that essence, where it fires on the helical barrel path, but because it's using the orbital energy as projection as the propulsion mechanism, that means you wouldn't need a bullet casing to fire it then. So that does... I mean, because we never see people reload their guns in this goddamn series, at least early on. I certainly never saw Fee reload her goddamn gun blades, but hey, you know, that's probably just a video game thing. So then again, if I had to imagine, maybe she reloads them by, like, the tubes on the top of the guns? I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure things out. And this is after before they start developing orbital staffs, too, because those, I believe, aren't a thing until Cold Steel. Because Erebonnia, I think, is the country who starts developing orbital staff technology. Noted. Things to note. Entry. Tactical ornaments used to manipulate orbital magics, usually no larger than a pocket watch, so its internal workings are extremely minute and elegantly constructed. When quartz designed for tactical ornament use is installed, it improves the abilities of its bearer. Okay, yeah, we know how combat ornaments work. Very simple. When this quartz synchronizes with the bearer, aka the resonance phenomenon, the internal mechanisms take over the otherwise complex process that would be required to use magic, allowing just about anyone to use it in the form of orbital arts. Furthermore, the arts the user is able to use can be changed depending on the combination of quartz inside. We do understand that function. Alright, cool. Related topics. There we go. There we go. This has been the lore episode. Combustion engine. Combustion. A machine that generates usable energy by burning fuel within, less efficient than its orbital counterpart due to issues with gaseous exhaust and noise pollution. Yep! Oh boy, we're familiar with that. Combustion engine, they have one, and it's owned by Maintenance Chief Gustav. Gasoline. Energy, gasoline. A liquid derived from the purification of a naturally occurring hydrocarbon compound known as petroleum. Used primarily as a fuel for combustion engines and as an industrial solvent. Oh yeah, you can use gas as a solvent. Huh. Republic manufactured gasoline, emergency stores, 20 mid-sized tanks, repository, ornament manufacturing factory. Okay, cool. In the repository, orbital haulage vehicle, any wheeled vehicle powered by orbital energy, widely considered uncomfortable to ride and very limited in speed, primarily used for transporting cargo. Get a few years, everyone will get it figured out. Oh, that's a cool thing. Yeah. Don't worry, game. Give it a few more years. Calver's gonna have cars figured out in like fucking 3 years tops. Well, Erebonia got some figured out pretty quickly, actually. Crossbell, though. Crossbell is still people who start out with cars. Erebonia does a pretty good job on them, too. Yep, we also got a pretty long lore lesson. That was informative. Of course, Calvert already has cars figured out. Not surprising. They are the America of trails. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They are basically America. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, no. Because, like, yeah, going by Librel's environment, they wouldn't really have... Because mountains already... Like, I used to live up in the northwest of America, so I used to live in the Pacific Northwest. And, like... Because America is so widespread and relatively flat in a lot of places, usually you can get around some geography, but, like, I remember when we moved across the mountains when I was a kid, we did have to go, like, through side roads and back roads, because building a road through mountains is dangerous as shit. Like, either you have to somehow make a tunnel, which is hard to do, or you have to try and make it work around natural pathways that wind and bend through that shit. Even then, mountain roads are precarious as fuck. So if it's too mountainous, then you would have to be like Liberal, where you rely more on air technology to get around quickly, or you just maintain footpaths. So yeah, Liberal doesn't seem like they would have the room to build a lot of decent car infrastructure by comparison. Erebonia, meanwhile, is so flat and spread out that not only do they have trains, but their cities and towns can be actually built to have cars in mind. So that does make sense. Yeah, no, true. Like, yeah. Okay, we're continuing on, but like, so basically, if you're the country that founded this entire orbital revolution, and you're so mountainous and varied that like you just decide to jump from cars to airships, then you wouldn't really have a reason to make any kind of car-based infrastructure aside from like short-range stuff or like cargo transport within a certain small area. Because then you can just use airships to do it instead. Like, why even bother when you already have a superior option that's even more effective and gets around even faster? And also can just deal with the fact it doesn't have to worry about that terrain, period. Yeah, you wouldn't have a need to develop any kind of vehicle-based ground-based vehicle infrastructure then, because why would it be necessary? You have airships. That's not gonna happen with a genius, okay? People who have genius minds have to be balanced out by being eccentric weirdos. It's just how it is. They're either autistic or ADHD or both, okay? It has to balance it out, okay? If they were completely sound of mind, they would be too much of a problem. Good point there, Joshua. Geniuses need the debuff, or else they're a problem. If they're not debuffed in some way, It's a problem for everybody, okay? That's how you get evil geniuses. Evil geniuses are what happen when they don't have a debuff. Okay? Evil geniuses are geniuses that don't have a tism debuff. You get the good geniuses because they have severe cases of autism that make them not want to do evil because they're so focused on just doing the science. They're too busy doing science to even care about any moral compunctions sometimes, which does bite them in the ass every now and again, but hey, at least it keeps them from being like that guy.
その人ってどこにいるの？
整備長は飛行場の責任者だからそっちに行けば会えると思うよ。
No problem.
それとガソリンの方だけど、オーブメント生産工場は中央工房の地下区画にあるんだ。
That'll be the easy one.
ここにいるスタッフに頼んだら手に入るんじゃないかな。
Cool, thank you, Travis.
来年期間のユニットは飛行場にいるグスタフ整備長。ガソリンは地下にあるオーブメント生産工場ですね。
サンキュー、助かったわ。
Schmidt, normal. No, he's not.
いやいや、何かあったらまたどうぞ。
No, he's not. No. Oh, that's funny. That was a good one. All right, let's go get that gas in the engine so that way we can get this fucking acetylene torch rolling. Go get the gas first. Okay, so okay, we can't turn on the map here. Is the airfield on top of the roof? No, wait, this said down. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, oh, that's so cool. Actually, that you can actually get like a view of the of this zone of the map. Oh man, if this was a 3D game, they'd probably just let you look at all across his eyes from here. Oh, this is gonna be a killer view in the remake. I can tell already. Ooh. All right, let's head on down. Head to the basement, down all the stairs, give your legs a workout. Out, let's go. Let's see. Hey there! You got a canister of gas that we could borrow?
何？どうしたの？
Someone Joshua explained the task set to them by Professor Russell.
へえ、ガソリンか。確か保管庫の奥にいくつかタンクがあったな。
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it then. I'm definitely looking forward to when I can get around to the remake. Again, I'm gonna focus on getting like the earlier games beforehand, and then I'll get the remake eventually, but you know, it's a process. We get there when we get there. There's a reason why I decided Trails is gonna be this year's fucking franchise stream series anyway, because it's gonna take us probably the entire year to get through all these games.
こちらフェイ。ちょっと頼みがあるんだけど、カルバード産のガソリン。確か備蓄あったはずだよね。
Okay, so if the gas was produced in Calvert, and like you mentioned, Seaburn, they are working with cars, so that means my assumption then would be that Calvert managed to produce combustion engine-based vehicles probably before the Orbital Revolution kicked off then, because again, we're running off the joke of Calvert is just a fantasy America in this case. So it was probably them who started to work on combustion engine cars. Yeah, we might be going into Trails until 2027, honestly. Especially because the games are just going to keep getting longer. Let's be totally real here. We're almost 30 hours into this game, and I checked like the chapter count. We're almost 30 hours into this game, and already we're close to the finale, to the final chapter. But then it's like Cold Steel 3 and 4. The longest games in the series up till now, I do believe. We're going to be busy. Oh yeah, the fact that this is the shortest game at roughly 40 hours says a lot. Like, I think if I remember correctly, my playtime on Cold Steel 1 when I finished it was about 50 hours. That is true. I did hear that Sky 3 can be kind of on the shorter side, but there is some stuff in it I have been effectively informed via proxy of like, no, you do want to do this because it gives you a lot of context for stuff that happens later that helps with knowledge. But yeah, no, in terms of game length, like Cold Steel 1 is going to be interesting to do because I am going to be honest, I am going to New Game Plus that game. So like I have a clear save file, so I'm just going to New Game Plus it as it was and just play through the story again via my New Game Plus file. So it's not going to be a fresh Cold Steel 1 playthrough. I'm not going to make any illusions about the fact that I haven't played the game. Again, my frame of reference is I hopped on from Cold Steel and now we're going back to the earlier games. So when I say whenever we get to Cold Steel in like 4 months or some shit, depending how long it takes to get through the other Sky games than the Crossbow duology. It's gonna be we're playing Cold Steel 1 on New Game Plus. Okay, totally honest. And then I will be carrying that data forward all the time. Yeah, it'll probably make Cold Steel 1 a little bit faster, because at least then combat will be a little bit smoother and easier, because I'll be going into it with, like, end-game character builds and shit that I used to clap the shit out of lower Erebonius. So it's gonna be easy, and then, like, obviously I can save transfer from Cold Steel 1 to 2, and then we gotta start a clean slate of 3 again, because 2 and 3 don't have save transfers, because, you know, the first 2 Cold Steel games were on PS Vita, and then 3 was just like, oh, we're going to consoles now! Oh yeah, no, we're gonna be going back to Erebonia like, okay, who's ready for my endgame characters? Who's ready for Final Dungeon Reen to tear everything up? Who's ready for Final Dungeon endgame Cold Steel 1 Reen to clap everything? We'll get there when we get there, though, and it will be funny. Oh, that was fast. Ooh, that's impressive. Nice, they just send it down on the conveyor belt. That's cool as hell. Very efficient. So if I had to guess, based on relative scale and size, that's what, a 5-gallon container? 5, 10, almost? Nah, that's a bit, yeah, no, 5-gallon containers are actually pretty small. That's like a, yeah, no, that's like a 5, maybe a 10, that's like a roughly 10-gallon size container, I'd think. Well, going by scale and size, that's about a 10-gallon container. Gonna be heavy as shit. 10 gallons of gas is not light. That shit's heavy. That's very efficient for getting things moved around. God, he just did everything, didn't he? Ah, pneumatic tubes. Yeah, pneumatic tubes are good in like a short range thing, like when it's a bank thing, but if you're trying to do like an entire factory, they're not as efficient. Look, the hard part is always getting the infrastructure down in the first place, but once the infrastructure is in place, everything flows from there. Okay, infrastructure is always the rule. Infrastructure is always the hardest part of establishing anything new, okay? Trust me, I've been playing Archives Enfield. Thank you kindly. Yeah, that stuff likes to go up pretty easily. Yeah, we'll be careful. Pretend gasoline tank. Alright, now we need to go to the airfield. I think we could probably get there from the, I think we might be able to get there from the elevator if I had to guess. Elevator, basement, orbit, workshop. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait, by the airfield they mean the landing port, I assume. They probably just mean the landing port. Why am I being silly? They just mean the landing port, don't they? Yeah, they definitely just mean the landing port. If it's right next to the factory, then they also use it as their airfield for testing. Yeah, we're looking for somebody. We know from the Cold Steel that Rainford was a weapons manufacturer prior to Orbital Revolution. It's likely they were making tanks with combustion engines. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, though, that makes sense, because Erebonia has a pretty big thing with, like, tank divisions, as I remember from playing that game, like, until the fucking Panzer Soldats came in. They were pretty well known for tank divisions, so there was definitely combustion engines driving those before they swapped to orbital power. Yeah, yeah, because the Empire and Cavalry have had a fucking tiff for ages now, so I definitely see that they both were focused on, like, military armor. So they definitely would have been focused on combustion engine-based military vehicles before anything else. So yeah, that definitely explains it, because my assumption was going to be that most of the stuff was probably remnants from, like, old military tech. And because as it is, like, military tech usually comes before civilian tech in terms of like how this stuff works. Like, anything we have as civilians was probably used by the military first and foremost, and then they stripped it down and made it less, you know, war powerful for the sake of civilian use, like cars. Generally anything like a vehicle or something was at one point in time made to be used to, you know, blow people the fuck up, and they stripped it down and tuned it down for civilian use. Again, cars, planes, all that shit. So this is very much the same kind of line of progress of this stuff was made for military purposes, but then over time they found ways to strip it down and make it more useful for civilian purposes, yada yada. That is generally how tech progression goes. If you're gonna make a fantasy setting, you always gotta keep in mind the rule. Any technology starts as military technology, is basically the iron rule I follow. Like, if you're gonna make any kind of advanced tech in a setting, it usually starts from the military, because as the saying goes, war is the mother of invention. Humans have a pretty funny habit of not making shit for common purpose until the first thing we made it for was trying to find a way to blow up another guy. It's just how we are. We're kind of weird like that. Yeah, no, we're just looking for an overseer. Yep. Yeah, he has something that we need. Damn it.
ここ 2,3 日レイストン要塞に行っているんだ。
God damn it!
なんか急に軍用警備艇のメンテナンスの依頼が入ってね。
That's probably the Arsail.
レイストン要塞っていうと
バレリア湖畔にある王国軍最大の軍事基地だよ。
That's probably the Arsail that came up then. So he probably got called up to go to Lacen Fortress to do maintenance on the Arsail after it got used. Ah! You know what? That tracks, actually.
サイス地方の北側だね。
それじゃあ簡単には戻ってこれなそうね。
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, Liberal probably had a bit more room to, like, peacefully develop technology for general use. Meanwhile, Erebony and Calvard were definitely following the trend of, we originally made this for the sake of our military, and then we stripped it down for civilian use because, hey, turns out it's also useful with common people, too.
博士の用事どうしよう。
何の用事か知らないけど、そろそろ戻ってくると思うぜ。
Oh, hey, convenient.
さっき通信で連絡があったし。
Oh, hey, convenient.
次の定期戦がもう来たの？
Oh my, what perfect timing.
噂をすればってやつさ。
Ah, speak of the devil. Ask and ye shall receive. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, knowing that everything is like a gravity engine in terms of how these work makes the designs make so much more sense. You don't need to worry about making it all sleek and aerodynamic in terms of profile if it doesn't need to worry about wind resistance like at fucking all. In terms of getting lift and everything like that. Because that's the reason why planes are designed the way they are, because it's all about lift and all that stuff, because they're still being pulled by gravity. So it's entirely based on that. So like, if you don't need that, then the only reason they need engines is in fact the forward momentum. That's not a public airship.
いや、定期船じゃなさそうだね。
Yeah, that's like that's gotta be a factory ship or something.
ところどころ形状が違うし、作業用のアームもついている。
Yeah, that's like a repair or some kind of, that's an engineering ship then. That's like the difference between, say, a civilian cargo liner and a maintenance liner in that regard then.
あ、確かに。
It would have different color schemes to help to note what they're for, so that way when you see them from a distance, you immediately know what it is. You know the difference between a civilian liner, a cargo liner, a maintenance liner, stuff like that. They would need to have different color schemes for easier identification.
中央工房が所有している工房船。
Oh yeah, we read about that one. Yeah. That was in the frickin' lore. That was in the fucking computer.
定期船と同型なんだけど、いろいろしてあってな。
Yeah, no, you would use the same general body plan model, but then make necessary modifications to different roles then. Yeah. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, I was right. It's a maintenance ship.
へえ、空飛ぶ工房ってやつね。
Cool.
あ、それじゃあの船に整備長さんが乗っているんだ。
そういうこと。早速話を聞いてきたらどうだ？
Yeah, we do.
そうするわ。
それでは失礼します。
Thanks much. Let's go talk to the guy. We're from the factory. We're friends.
このライプニッツ号には いろんな機材が山のように積まれてる。危ないから近寄らないことね。
実は人を探してて。
Yeah, we need some stuff for the professor.
グスタフ整備長という方がこちらの船にいらっしゃいませんか？
That's probably him.
なんだよ。俺に言う。
Called it. Called that shit.
おじさんが整備長さんだったんだ。
So explained that Professor Russell had asked him to find and borrow a combustion engine.
なんだ。ラッセルじいさんの用事かよ。しかし、内燃機関のユニットか。いいタイミングだったな。
Thanks much. Let's take a look. Okay, now everything's fine on my end with OBS.
ちょっと待ってろよ。
Oh, that was quick. Yeah, very simple.
そしてこの船に積んであったのかな。
They probably keep it on board for like maintenance work or any kind of testing they might need to do with it.
そうみたいだね。
I mean, if there's a good place to keep it, why not your freaking mobile workshop?
ほれ、重いから気をつけな。
Yeah, engines aren't light. Like, oof. Proceed combine. We're just gonna have to lug this thing by hand. Okay, then.
確かにずっしりくるわね。
If I had to guess, if I had to guess, it's probably like the size of your average, like, gas-based generator. Because gas generators are literally just engines. Like, they're just an engine strapped into an electrical generator.
でも持てない重さじゃないかな。
Yeah, so probably a decent size. Like, I mean, those things are still heavy, but they are movable by hand.
へえ、娘っ子のくせになかなか気合入ってんじゃねえか。
Yeah, no. Just egg delivery in Monster Hunter. Yeah. Man, it's so funny, actually. Funny thing. So Monster Hunter Wilds just had, like, their anniversary update. To, like, celebrate the first year of the game. Not quite the first year of the game, but, like, the end of the title updates and shit. And in their collaboration mission with the new Stories game that's coming out soon, they finally had the game's first egg delivery mission. Wilds didn't have any single egg delivery mission in it until recently, which is so funny. That the first egg delivery mission the game has is a collaboration with Monster Hunter Stories, which is so funny.
そりゃどうも。
Wait, don't worry, I play Monster Hunter, I'm used to this.
しかし、それにしても面白い偶然もあったもんだぜ。
Really now? How so?
軍から返してもらった直後にじいさんが持っていくとはな。
So the military was using it, and now,
軍からというと。
いやな、そのサンプルしばらく王国軍に貸してたんだ。
oh, what were they using it for?
何かの研究に使うとかでな。
Well, I mean, okay, he wouldn't know. That was probably classified. Oh yeah, no, it is very funny to think about the fact that, like, even in, like, the optional stuff, there's like, oh, wow, there was never a single egg delivery request. And then we get to the Monster Hunter Stories collab, it's like, hey, let's collect Monsty eggs.
で、今日になってやっと返してきやがったわけさ。
Huh, funny.
へえ、確かに面白い偶然ね。
Very lucky.
どうしたの？
Joshua, you're getting that look again.
いや、なんでもないよ。
Every time he does it, every time he does the thing, I'm gonna be like, what do you know? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What do you know, Josh? What do you know?
目的の品も手に入ったし。
Every time. He knows more than he lets on all the time, and it's bugging me immensely.
わかった。整備長さん、サンキュー。
あ、じいさんによろしくな。
Will do. Again, every time Joshua has one of those moments, I'm just gonna be like, what do you know? He clearly knows a lot more about what's going on than he is daring to let on. Like, it has something to do with how him and Cassius met, I'm betting. But yeah, maybe he's figuring something out. There's gears going in that little head of his. He's piecing something together about what's going on with the military, but he's not gonna tell us. He's not gonna tell and by proxy us for a little while, so who the hell knows? We'll probably find out in the next chapter of the game. Who the hell knows? Hey, we're back.
ただいま。
We had to lug an entire goddamn engine in a 10-gallon can of gas. God, we're tired.
頼まれていたものを持ってきました。
おお、戻ってきたか。
So again, my guess is we're gonna use this to set up just a whole ass acetylene torch. It has to be. It has to be. It's gonna be so funny if it is. Hand it over combustion engine. Hand it over gasoline tank.
さすがにちょっと重かったかも。
Must have been a pretty good workout though, especially having to move that thing up fucking stairs.
ご苦労じゃったの。
Don't insult her.
こちらもちょうど改造が終わったところでな。
Hell yeah.
あとは内燃機関を取り付けてガソリンを入れるだけじゃ。
Alright.
ティータ、早速仕上げに入るぞ。
Let's do this.
よし。
Okay, so I was right that it is basically a generator. Yeah, so I was right that it is... Okay, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Yeah, no, they could have taken the elevator, but no. So, okay, that's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. God, they lugged that thing by hand. What the fuck? You should have gotten a cart for that, dude. Would have needed to use a cart for that, man. Jeez, that's a big-ass fucking engine. I mean, it makes sense it would be pretty big, but, like, damn. What, did you not have an idea what it looked like? Was it in a box?
これが内燃機関のエンジンなの？はい、そうです。この中でガソリンを燃焼させて、その力で高速機。
Oh, okay. So we hook it up to the table. So instead of having it run on the orbital drive, we have it run on the engine to power the wheel instead. So rather than an orbital reaction, it's just raw combustion-based energy. Okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I get the idea now. Okay, so unfortunately, we're not going to acetylene torch the fuck out of it. But we are going to just power this the classic way with a freaking electricity generating engine instead. Cool. Yeah, so we're just going back to classic combustion-based energy generation for the sake of powering the wheel instead. Because that way it means that the orbment can't cancel out the orbital reaction. Pochito na. I love that. I love that bit of onomatopoeia. Oh, trust me, you should hear what a V8 sounds like, Estelle. Yeah, engines be kinda loud. I want you to bet the entire goddamn factory hears this thing going off. Let's go! Watch the sparks fly! Yep. Ugh. Did it even dent it? A tiny scratch is faintly visible. All of that for a scratch! Yeah, nope. This thing's absolutely made out of Zamurian ore. Holy shit, there is no way it's anything but. Oh yeah, it's probably going everywhere. The like metal does not retain sound well, so that engine sounds probably all over the place. God, yeah, no, there's no way this thing isn't made out of Zamurian ore if it only scratched the surface. Like, god damn. Yeah, no, just go. Hey, let's just grind it until it breaks. I don't know. We gotta do something. Again, it's gotta be Zamurian ore. It's gotta be. Oh god, go get Ear Pro. Go get the Ear Pro. Go get the Ear Pro now. Oh, okay, before we can keep going. Okay, then. Yep. It's like, also get the next stoplight. I guess we're probably gonna have to put this on hold, aren't we? Oh? I guess we gotta put guess we gotta put the experiment on hold. Or maybe Tita can do it. Wait, no, maybe Tita can do it. Oh boy, that hits close to home when you think about modern day. Oh yeah, no, there's an old piece of tech. Trust me, the new kids don't know what the hell they're doing with it. Okay. Huh? Okay then. And then you can just stay here and grind away at this thing and go through like 10 fucking saws.
そうですね。街道には魔獣も出ますし。
Estelle and Joshua offer to be escorts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
でも魔王ばあちゃんが困っているの放っておけないよ。
Yep, give it another second.
そういうことなら私たちに任せてくれない？
And like clockwork.
街道での安全の確保は遊撃士の義務ですから。
Yep, no, it is our job actually.
責任を持ってピータさんの送り迎えをさせてもらいます。
Just file it as an official job with the Bracer Guild and we'll get it done.
おお、君たちが一緒だったら何の心配もいらないな。
Yeah, just make sure you compensate us, please.
せっかくだからお願いするか。
本当にいいんですか？
Yes, it is fine.
ほーら、子供が遠慮しないの。
よかったら一緒に行こうよ。
Leave it to the adults to handle the details.
ありがとう、エステルさん、ヨシュアさん。
No problemo.
おじいちゃん、工房長さん。
We're gonna get back and we're gonna find out that that Professor Russell went through like 15 to 20 saw blades, aren't we?
それじゃあ。
よろしく。
気をつけて行ってくるんだよ。
Yeah, that's gonna be what happens, isn't it? We're gonna get back and he's gonna have gone through like 20 fucking saw blades. Ah, that'll be great. Okay, so I would okay, well, usually we're a bit at my usual. Yeah, there's just gonna be a pile of busted saw blades in the corner. Okay. Okay, let's at least figure out where we need to go.
ちょっと楽しみだな。
Okay, hold up, give me a second. How do you let my dog for a second? What'd you bark at, dude? What'd you bark at, buddy? You good? Listen to neighbors? I'll feed you in a second, okay?
確か温泉地なのよね。はい。
So the question is, where do we need to go? Let's figure this out, and then we'll go for it, and then like we'll close up shop for today. We're gonna stream tomorrow though, because I don't have work until like Thursday, so fuck it, I'm gonna stream 2 more extra days.
私もおじいちゃんに何度か連れて行ってもらいました。
Hot spring trips sound nice.
ここからだとどうやって行けばいいのかな。
ですね、町の南口から出ると広い平原道があるんですけど、
That's road, got it.
その道をまっすぐ南に行って道沿いに進んでいけば到着です。
Got it. So we're heading south tomorrow. Gotcha.
オッケー。平原道に出てまっすぐ南ね。それじゃ、レッツゴー。
So okay. So like I said, so we will pick this up tomorrow then. Because again, I do actually want to get through these games in a timely fashion with massive air quotes and knowing that I am in for the long haul. So that's yeah, we're like 2 hours off from 30 hours, and we're probably not even like halfway through the current chapter. All right, so as said, we'll pick this up tomorrow and just keep on with the story because this is fun. This is just fun as like a lore episode. I like it when the game kind of just is chill sometimes. That's always nice. Oh boy, we need to get Tita's last slot too. Yeah, possibly by July, going at this pace, we might be through the Sky Trilogy by July, if I had to guess. Took us, what, January, February to get through like, what, a good 2/3 of trails of this game? Yeah, so we should be there by summer. By summer, we should be the Crossbow, hopefully, if I keep this pace up. Yeah, if I keep this pace up, hopefully we'll be at Crossbow sooner rather than later. And then that's just 2 games, then we can jump straight to Arabonia, which will be fun. Oh, boy. Anyway. Till tomorrow then, whenever I get everything sorted out. Boy. Probably gonna want to take some time though before I start streaming tomorrow to go and grind up a little bit, you know, get some levels, get some Sepith done before we get on the road seriously. Alright. Till then, see y'all later. Bye-bye.